Today, I'm just happy to be here with all of you to launch Ghana's revised national cultural policy. This policy sets out to protect, promote, and preserve our heritage while nurturing our cultural and creative industries. By safeguarding our traditions and empowering our creative sectors, we are driving inclusive growth, creating decent jobs, enhancing education, and reducing inequalities. In doing so, we are also advancing the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, aligning ourselves, very importantly, with the African Union's Agenda 2063, which envisions, quote, an Africa with a strong cultural identity, common heritage, values and ethics, end quote. This policy builds on Ghana's moral and intellectual leadership at the United Nations, where we successfully secured a resolution affirming the transatlantic slave trade as a grievous crime against humanity. Ghana holds the physical evidence of this tragic history in our forts, castles, and slave dungeons. It has also left no less tangible, but also no less serious marks on our cultural practices even today. The resolution is a call for restitution and reparations, a reminder that culture is not only about celebration, but also about justice, dignity, and healing. It compels us to confront the painful legacies of slavery and colonialism and recognize that our history is inseparable from our identity and our future. Distinguished guests, Name. We also celebrate other milestones. The inscription of Kente as a geographical indicator is a significant step that affirms the authenticity of our weave and protects it as a global symbol of Ghanaian identity. Similarly, the inscription of high life music on international heritage registers recognizes the profound global influence and ensures its preservation. These achievements remind us that our cultural expressions are not only the treasures of Ghana, but that they are gifts to the world. Furthermore, this policy recognizes that in an interconnected world, cultural intelligence and languages are critical tools for development. And I want to propose that each of us tries to learn one language away from our mother tongue. Can we do that? Just one. By promoting multilingualism and cultural intelligence, we strengthen our social cohesion and ensure that Ghanaian perspectives are heard and respected on the global stage. As we look to the future, we recognize that the transformative role of technology, and particularly of many, including artificial intelligence, can be used to digitize our culture, promote our languages, and amplify the reach of our artists. However, as we ensure that, we must also use it in ways that are innovative and are rooted in our values for the benefit of our people, especially in the areas of job creation. Distinguished guests, we recognize that we cannot achieve our ambitions alone, and that we have come this far through partnerships and collaborations. For instance, we arrived at our resolution with the help of the many countries that understood the importance and chose to vote with us to make it possible at the General Assembly of the United Nations. We thank all of them again. UNESCO has also been a steadfast partner over the years, for which we thank the organization, as we thank the European Union, our development partners, civil society, and of course, our private sector too. We continue to recognize our sisters and our brothers in the diaspora, some of whom we recently welcomed as citizens of our nation. Your talents, investments, and advocacy are integral to our creative economy. Ladies and gentlemen, Ghana's validation of the UNESCO 2030 Cultural Indicators provides the evidence-based framework needed to guide the next steps, which involve implementation. And I remember Professor Sutherland talking about it. That's very important. The Ghana Film Industry Authority now has already received seed funding for the Film Development Fund. You're not happy about that? And the fund is expected to support the entire ecosystem, including documentary heritage. Colleagues and friends, let this launch mark the start of a bold chapter in Ghana's cultural journey. Let us come together. Government, traditional authority, religious bodies, the youth, and the diaspora, of course, to unlock the full potential of our culture and creativity. We must build a nation that draws strength from its heritage, creates opportunities through innovation, and projects its voice with confidence and influence on the world stage. Let Ghana stand as proof that culture is not only a reflection of identity, but also one of the most powerful drivers of development. Colleagues and friends, amen. On this note, I feel privileged to declare the revised National Cultural Policy duly launched.